Lattimore will wear number 23 for the Commanders. He's still dealing with a hamstring injury, Adam Peters says. Won't practice Wednesday. He'll take it day by day. What McManus make the league's biggest movement?
Really excited about getting Marshon. He came in this morning, got a chance to meet him. He's what we thought he was as a person, as a competitor. And just want to thank really all the people that went into this, and it's a lot. It's not just me sitting there making calls on the deadline day. It's really it's months, and our pro scouting staff making calls and canvassing the league and watching players throughout that whole time. Our R&D department doing a lot of work on a lot of different players, and most of this doesn't even see the light of day for anybody outside of our building. And they do a ton of work and did a lot of write-ups on a lot of different guys.
You've talked that Adam is going to sort of run the room when it comes to acquiring a player like Marshon and you could roll with the team you have. But what point for you were you kind of like, all right, we've got this record, the situation is what it is, looking around maybe cornerback is an area where we could get some extra
Yeah,
help?
I'd say you had me at hello. This was easy, man. To get and acquire a player of Sean's caliber, the toughness, the physicality, whether it was this month, 6 months, from now, like this is a player that you'd want to be on your team. He stands for the right stuff. He's got an attitude to battle, and really pumped to have him here.
What has your coaching staff done a good job at keeping you guys focused on week in and week out?
I just say just the same thing that we preach every day. You got to go out there and you got to compete. That's one thing that we preach from the top, whether that's Adam and them to DQ, to the vets in the locker room, to everybody in the locker room. We all have a common goal, and we want to go put our best foot forward each and every Sunday.
It's good. They got a good young quarterback. They got good things going on. Well, we do. Now, let me change how I'm talking. But, we got stuff going on here, so it's a great situation for me to be in, so, I'm excited for it.
What do you add to this team?
Experience first. It's my 8th year in the league. And just a dog, me personally. I'm going to go out there and do everything I can for the team to get the win. And just being a dog.
You got a lot of Buckeyes in that locker room. What's it like to reunite with some college buddies?
It's always good. And the Warriors, when I first got there, that's how it was there. There's a lot of Ohio State players. Now it's the same thing here. And then we all from the same recruiting class too, so you know what I'm saying, make it even bigger and better. So, I'm happy to be here, and I'm just waiting to play with them again.
You mentioned the quarterback, but he's throwing to Terry, one of your guys.
Yeah.
The year that Terry's having is be spectacular.
Almost definitely. Terry, he one of those players. I feel like he's just been getting better every year. Even since I knew him, since we was 18, he's just been getting better every year. So I'm excited to be here with him and see, how he do it, like week to week. You know what I'm saying?
Moving on to the injury report, we're going to start with ours, of course. Zach Ertz gets a rest day every Wednesday, so he's good. Cornelius Lucas, he's still dealing with that ankle injury. He didn't practice yet again today. Maybe he practices tomorrow and or Friday, but the likelihood of him playing this week is not very high. Let's see if he practices tomorrow, but he'll probably miss another week, which sucks because, we're going to face TJ Watt this week. And although Brandon Coleman did a really good job versus the Giants, Cornelius Lucas, we might need him this week versus the Steelers because their edge rushers are insane. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, they just traded for Preston Smith. So, we might need Cornelius Lucas this week. However, I think we will trust Brandon Coleman to start once again this week. But we'll see with Corn Lucas. We're going to keep an eye on him. And then Austin Seibert, this is a big one. He is dealing with a right hip injury. He did not practice today. If we do not have our kicker for Sunday's game, Austin Seibert, he's been reliable all season. He's been money from anywhere 50 yards, like 30 to 50 yards. He's been money from that range. So if we're missing our kicker for Sunday's game versus the Steelers, That's huge, man. Like that's not good. We do not want that. So hopefully Cyber can practice tomorrow and Friday, because the last thing we need is like a kicker carousel. Like we don't have a kicker on Sunday and we have to go for two every single time when we score a touchdown. We don't want that. All right. So we're going to need Austin Cyber to play on Sunday. All right. We cannot afford him to not practice tomorrow and Friday, because if he doesn't, he's probably going to be out for Sunday's game. So hopefully he's back tomorrow. And then Marshon Lattimore, obviously he's dealing with that hamstring injury. He suffered it a couple weeks ago with the Saints. He said himself that he's a little bit unsure about his status this week. Dan Quinn said the same thing. He was on the practice field today. He was like on the side. He was kind of showing Benjamin St. Juste some ropes. I put some clips of it, obviously, in the video. And he was talking to Jason Simmons as well, who is our defensive pass game coordinator, which was cool to see. So I think Marshon Lattimore will play. I think he's going to practice tomorrow in maybe a limited capacity, and then Friday in a limited capacity as well. And then he'll probably be good to go for Sunday's game. But if he does not go for Sunday's game versus the Steelers, then I think he's going to play on Thursday Night Football against the Eagles, which is on the 14th. So if Lattimore doesn't go this week, then he's probably going to play versus the Eagles. But he is definitely someone to monitor, because obviously the hamstring injury, I'm not going to lie, I kind of thought it was like a Devontae Adams situation where I'm probably going to get traded, so I might as well sit out, not risk any further injury. And when I get traded, that hamstring healed, I'm good to go. Let me go out there and practice and play the following game. So I thought it was that, but it's a little bit more than that. But I think Lattimore, he's going to be fine. I think ultimately he's going to be missing probably like one game, but he has a chance to play this week still. Dan Quinn said he's day-to-day. I think he should be good this week. However, once again, if he's not, then I think he's 100% or near good to go for the Eagles game on Thursday night, which is on the 14th. And then everybody else, Dorrance Armstrong, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. That's a new injury for him. He was limited today, though, so we'll keep an eye on him. However, he should be good. Then you have Cleveland Farrell, obviously dealing with that knee injury. He should be good for Sunday's game, though. Tyler Biadasz, Dante Fowler, Brian Robinson. B-Rob was limited today, obviously with a hamstring injury. Dan Quinn said in his press conference that it's looking good for B-Rob right now. He's trending in the right direction. He's probably going to play on Sunday versus the Steelers, and we're going to need him for that game because obviously the Steelers D-line, very physical with T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Preston Smith, Alex Highsmith. So we're going to need our physical back in B-Rob, and it's looking like he's going to play on Sunday, which is really good. Andrew Wiley dealing with a shoulder injury. He was limited. I think he should be good. He played last week, so he should be good. And then Fedarian Mathis and Noah Igbenogany, they should be good as well. Fedarian Mathis, he suffered kind of a concussion last week, but he returned in the game. He's on the injury report. However, he was full today, so he should be good to go for Sunday's game. Now, as for the Steelers, they aren't dealing with any injuries, really. I mean, they're coming off of their bye, so you would kind of expect them to be healthy. Only guys that are injured, only guy that is injured that did not practice today is Terrell Edmonds, but he's just dealing with an illness, so depending on the severity of the illness, if it's not that severe, he should be practicing tomorrow and on Friday, so he should be good to go as well. And then everybody else, you have Nick Herbig, Justin Fields, Zach Frazier, Cordell Patterson, and Ben Skowronek, who are all full or limited today. They all should be good to go for Sunday's game. Steelers are very healthy, and that's not a surprise. They're coming off their bye week, so they had time to heal up, and they're going to be good to go. They're going to be fully healthy pretty much for our game on Sunday. So Dan Quinn said in his press conference, like I said, a bit uncertain about Marshon Lattimore's status this week. I think he's going to play, but if he doesn't, he'll probably return for the Eagles game. He commented on Marshon Lattimore's versatility in this defense, and it's not like he's going to be lining up on one side of the field 99% of the time. Dan Quinn said he's going to be playing everywhere, so I feel like he's going to travel with number one receivers, and obviously we play a lot of great receivers in the next couple of weeks with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, A.J. Brown. So making the trade for Marshon Lattimore yesterday was huge because we're going to need him versus those receivers I just named. So that's really what Dan Quinn had to say. Also, with Mikey Sanders still, where he's going to start, it's to be determined right now. If I had to guess, they're probably going to move him back into the slot and Benjamin St. Juste on the outside across from Marshon Lattimore. If it were up to me, I would leave Mikey Sanders still on the outside across from Lattimore and then keep Noah Igbenogany in the slot and have Benjamin St-Juste as your cornerback 4 on the bench. So that's just me. Whatever they do, though, I'm cool with it. You know, Benjamin St-Juste, not a great cornerback 1. He really isn't a good cornerback 1, and he can't hang with receiver 1s. However, he isn't horrible against receiver 2s. I will say that. So I wouldn't mind if he was our cornerback 2. However, I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it with Mikey and Noah Igbenogany. So I would personally leave Noah Igbenogany in the slot and Mikey Sanders still on the outside across from Lattimore, but we shall see what they decide to do. And real quick, shout out to Chris Rodriguez for giving up number 23 to Marshon Lattimore, man. You know, he understands how important 23 is to him. That's the number he's worn in his entire NFL career. He knows that Marshon Lattimore is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He has been with the Saints over his 8 years in the NFL so far. So he understood the assignment and gave that number up to Lattimore. So Chris Rodriguez, he switched to 36. So once again, shout out to Chris Rodriguez for giving 23 to Lattimore. That is it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. If you could, hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.